All right, y'all. So I've been doing some research, some Bible studies, and I want to share something with you guys that jumped out at me. Deuteronomy verse chapter 31, verse 8, and Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 30. Yeah, chapter 1, verse 30, and chapter 31, verse 8 have a striking and uncanny similarity that I know God wanted me to see this and share this with whoever needs to hear this. Peep this. Deuteronomy 1 verse 30 says this: I, the Lord thy God, will go before you. I will fight for you. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8 says, I, the Lord thy God, will go before you. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. Be not afraid, neither be discouraged. Both of those passages start with the same thing. I, the Lord thy God, will go before you. Now this is being spoken to the children of Israel. I will go before you. I will fight for you. I will not forsake you. I will be with you. Do not be afraid, neither be discouraged. Stick a pin right there. We're gonna circle right back to that. None of us right now in our contemporary times have a crystal ball that can foresee or tell us the future. I'm gonna use this as an illustration. I do not subscribe to what I'm about to say. We can go to tarot card readers. I don't subscribe to this stuff. I don't believe in going to that, into playing with that. But we can go to, just for the sake of, we'll use it as illustration to make my point. We can go to those who practice divination, tarot card readers, psychics. We can go to all these people who practice these sorceries. None of them will know the absolute future. They will dupe you. They will manipulate you to get your money, obviously, but no one knows the absolute and precise future. We can make predictions. We can make forecasts. The weathermen forecast the weather, and sometimes they get it wrong. We can bet. We can surmise. We can have these gambling practices, right? We can take bets. Odds favor this, odds favor that. Chances are this, chances are that, but no one knows the absolute with precise future. All right, now let's get back to Deuteronomy 31 verse 8 and 1 verse 30. Chapter 1 verse 30. Those two passages stuck in my, they stuck inside of my spirit and showed me something. I, the Lord thy God, go before you. Before, the word before is a preposition letting you know, between space. It's a preposition indicating, between space and time and position and all of that. That's what prepositions do. They let you know position of words within sentence, their space, their time, etc. But he says, I, the Lord thy God, will go before you. I will go before you, ahead of you, right? I will go ahead of you, and I will fight for you. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. That is an indication of your future. That's what this. So this is what the Spirit is saying to me as I'm studying this. This is what's not written in the scriptures, but what's being extracted out of the scriptures. What's being extrapolated, right? This is what's called the esoteric, which is the hidden language, the hidden meaning. What that showed me is that there is a way to predict our future, right? Because this is, I will go before you. Before, again, is a preposition. So this is something that is to come, right? This is in your future. This is not in your past. It's not in your present. I will go before you. I will go ahead of you. So before I get there, God is already there. You see what I'm saying? Before I get to wherever I'm going to go, whatever my future is, a month from now, 2 months from now, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years out, whatever my future is in terms of time and where I am positioned today, God has already gone there. He said, I will go before you. I will fight for you. I will go ahead of you. That can be translated, I will go ahead of you. I will get to there before you get there. So whatever your future is, that passage is letting you know, look, the God of Israel is letting us know, I'm already there in your future tomorrow. I am already there fighting and giving you the victory. I'm already there making the preparations that you're going to need when you arrive. So on your way there, don't be afraid. Don't get discouraged. I'm with you in your present. I will not forsake you. And I'm already, so he's telling you, look, I will be with you. That's present. I will be with you. Be with you. That is present tense. I will not forsake you. Meaning he's saying, I won't leave you. And I'm already before you, meaning I'm already in your future. So he's letting you know your past, your present, your future. I'm with you through it all. I will not forsake you. I will be with you. I will not leave you. I will be with you. And I'm already ahead of you. So he's letting you know the past, present, and the future. Through and through, I'm with you. Through and through, I'm with you. Do not get discouraged. Do not be afraid. Now, why he tells us not to get discouraged, why he tells us not to be afraid, we can find the answer in Isaiah. In the book of Isaiah, it says, when you pass through the rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you go through the fire, you will not be consumed by the fire. And what's interesting, what the Spirit, again, the esoteric information revealed to me is this. It didn't say if you go through the fire, it will not consume you. If you go through the rivers, you will not drown. But however, you find the word when. So he's letting you know that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of time. When simply means at what time. So it's going to happen. And when you go through the fire, he says it will not consume you. Consume you can mean it's not going to destroy you. It's not going to overwhelm you to a point of destruction. But here's what he says: when you go through the fire. Here's again more esoteric information being revealed to me even as we speak at this moment. He didn't say when you go through the fire you won't get burned, you won't feel the heat, you won't be overwhelmed by it. He says it won't consume you. And again, consume simply means to destroy you in this context. He says when you go through the rivers. He didn't say when you go through the rivers you won't get wet. When you go through the rivers, the deep waters, you won't feel the current, the pressure of the currents. It didn't say you wouldn't feel that. You got to see what it says and what it don't say. It didn't say you won't feel the heat of the fire. You won't feel the warmth. You won't feel the burn. You won't feel the pressure. It didn't say you wouldn't feel anything. It just simply said you won't die. And I'm paraphrasing. It says you won't drown. That can be rendered you won't die. It says you won't be consumed, which can be rendered you won't be burnt to ashes. You won't die again. But what it didn't say is that you won't feel the pressure. You won't feel the heat. You won't feel the wetness from the waters. And in life, you're going to, not if, again, the word is when these things happen. We got to remember that you are destined to go through trouble in this life. It is part and parcel to your journey. You are destined. You're not destined to be a multi-millionaire. You're not destined to have a beautiful wife and lovely children, but you are destined to have trouble. You are destined to feel pain. You are destined to have challenges. You are destined to go through some excruciating, seems like never-ending, torturous torments. You are destined for that. Because that's what it says. When you go through rivers of difficulties. When you go through the fire. So we have the promise in Deuteronomy verses chapters 1 and verse 30 and chapters 31 and verse 8 that I will be with you. I will go before you, a matter of fact. So right now you might be in a state of peace. Wherever you are, you might be in your home and you might be in peace. Job, finances are good. Marriage, relationship is good. Everything is good. But so while you're in that present state of peace and there's no turmoil in your life, which is great, God bless you, know when it comes. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And we will never know the form, shape, or manner in which it will present itself. But when it shows up, this is when we need to recall Deuteronomy 31 verse 8, Deuteronomy 1:30, that I will go before you. You're sitting now in your home comfortable, and a year from now, 2 years from now, a storm is going to come. And God says, listen, I'm already there. You haven't been there yet because you're still in physical 3D existence. But I exist outside of the three-dimensional realm in which you do. And therefore, I'm fluid. I have fluidity, Meaning I can be in the past, I can be in the present, and I can be in the future. Because I'm fluid. I'm God. I am the I am. There is no restrictions. I'm not limited and confined to the metrics of time as you are. This is science. So God is present tense. He's past tense, and he's future tense. There is no localization or centralization of God. There's localization and centralization of you and I, because we're in physical matter. So we don't have the free fluidity as God does. So you being localized in your home right now, God being omnipotent and not confined and restricted, is in your 10 years from now, your 5 years, your 5 days, your 5 minutes, your 5 months. And whatever trouble is awaiting you at that point, God has given us the promise that he's already there working it out for you, fighting it for you. He says, look, I will fight for you as you have seen me fight for you in Egypt. I'm paraphrasing. As you have seen me fight for you in Egypt. Egypt means bondage. So don't think of the geographical Egypt. Think of the esoteric Egypt. Egypt simply means bondage. So when you are in a state of bondage, whatever state that bondage is, psychological, physical, whatever, God says, I will fight for you to free you from that bondage. So till next time, y'all, if y'all like this message, you know what to do. Hit a like, leave some comments, and share it. Peace.